Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I have another candy box that I wanted to share. I shared another one last week, I think, in my Hump Day Handmade, and I had another idea, so I just went ahead and created a box. The one that I created in the tutorial is layered with this Kawaii Dream paper. That's Recollections. I've had that in my stash for a while, but it has like lots of rainbows and stuff in it, and I'm using this for a Care Bear swap that I'm in. I also created one with this pickleball paper. That's a 6x6 that I got from Hobby Lobby, and then I shared one in the Christmas Crafting All Year that I made with this Miss Mary Christmas paper. So here's the one that I shared in that Christmas video. It's like 2 or 3 minutes long. Then your candy goes in there. I got that word from Mary at Young's Craft LLC. We did a Christmas swap. That's the KS Craft banner. I just put a label there to write a message. Then it folds over. That's a snowflake tag and a bow that I also got from Mary. So that's one that I made. This version right here was with that pickleball paper. It's made the exact same way, but it has this instead of the full flap. I didn't like how it looked from the top. So when you close it, you can see the candy box. You can use it for something else. I just didn't like that. If you wanted to do this version, I think that's 2x4, and it's scored at a 1/2 inch, and then it's 1 inch wide. This is the one that I created in the tutorial. I layered it with that Kawaii Dream paper. Like I said, I'm using this for a Care Bear swap that I'm in. I typed that out and cut it with a postage stamp die. Just printed it. It was color ink. And see, it has this really cute gummy bear paper, like rainbows. I printed this little image out, fussy cut it. I put some stickles on the belly. And I had this little cloud sticker. I just put some stickles. I did a gold circle, and the stars also came with that rainbow sticker. And then I just popped it up on some more ovals that I already had cut out. I did layer it all the way around. I created it the same right facing opening. There's more of the paper. I layered it all in the inside. I didn't put anything here because I'm still working on the swap. But then when you open it up, some strong Velcro from Dollar Tree. When you open it up, you have the area for your candy. So this would make a really, and I probably need to cut that Velcro down. Cute gift for back to school, teacher's gifts, craft fair. You can make the Christmas version, any version you want. Again, if you want to create one of these, just follow the tutorial and I will have all the measurements down in the description box. To create this box, you're going to need 4 pieces of cardstock. This one is the flap for the inside box, and it's cut at 3.5 by 5 3/4. This, let's see, let's go in order. This is the left side, and this is cut at 3.5 by 6 3/4. This is the pocket, the inside pocket for the little box, and this one is cut at 3.5 by 8 3/4. And then this last piece is cut at 3.5 by 10 7/8. So I have pre-scored it. I'm gonna go in the opposite direction, starting with this long piece first. It is cut at 10 7/8 by 3.5. All of our scores are going to be on the 10 7/8 side. I have pre-scored it. So we're going to start our scores at 1 inch, 6 7/8, and then 7 7/8. This next piece is the inside pocket. I'm on the 8 3/4 inches side. You're going to start your scores at a 1/2 inch, 1.5, 7 1/4, and 8 1/4. Then you're going to flip it once, score on the 3.5 inch side at a 1/2 inch, and then 1.5. This next piece is the other part of the outside packaging. I'm on the 6 3/4 inches side, and you're only going to score at 1. And for the flap, we're only going to score on the 3 1/2 inch side, and the scores are 1/2 inch and 1 1/2. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold all of my pieces. That's my flap. This is one of the outside pieces. This is the other part of the outside. And then the last one is going to be the pocket, and the only one that requires us to do any cutting. Okay, so that's the pocket. So just like the other candy box that I recently did, the theater candy box, this one is cut the exact same way. So you're going to cut off these 2 squares over here on this end, or you can cut off these, start with these 2 bottom pieces. They're all coming off. I'm going to miter here, cut all the way up here, miter this tab here. This little box comes off. Now miter this one too. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Then you're going to cut up this one. Then you'll miter, 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 and miter. Same box. And of course I'm going to put it together the same way using my stapler. I probably mitered it a little bit too much, but we'll make it work. Let's try that again. Okay, so there's the inside box. Get my adhesive ready. If you hear that snoring, my Yorkie is sitting like right next to me, and he just had his breakfast. He's over here asleep. We're going to start with this long piece first. This is your longest piece. You have this little 3-inch flap here to your right. So depending on how you want it to open it, if you want it to open it from the right, you're going to start with this piece so it'll open from the right. If you want it to open from the left, you'll turn this around and glue them the opposite way so it'll open to the left. Mine is going to open from the right. So the first thing you want to do is take this other little piece with this tab, and you want to glue these back to back. I want mine smooth on the front, so I'm going to put my adhesive here and attach it this way. So my adhesive goes here, and it's going to go on the back of this. I have double-sided tape and liquid adhesive just so it'll stay for the sake of the tutorial, so I can mat it without, you know, having to wait on the glue to dry. I'll put some glue. Line it up to the score mark. Make sure that's straight, and then that's how it will close. So then you take your box, it'll go in between the scores. If you want paper to be behind this box, so when it opens up like this, if you want paper back here, you can mat it now, or you can wait until you put this flap on and then mat it so that it'll cover up that flap on the inside. So I'm going to put some double-sided tape on the back of this box along with some liquid adhesive. Oops, my little corner done came apart, and I'm not going to edit this part out. Oh, now my stapler want to act up. There you go. And the tape doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just putting it on there so you know how you line stuff up and it's moving. When you have liquid glue on it, when you put the double-sided tape, it kind of makes it stay in place a little bit more, gives you less wiggle room. And that's what I want with this box, because I want it to dry so I can put it together and go ahead and mat it for the sake of the video. If I was doing this without recording, I would use the liquid adhesive and just let it sit and dry before I actually matted it, so that I know all of my pieces are where I want them to be. I'll put some liquid glue on here too. And then you want it close to this edge, but not so far that you can just leave like a teeny bit, and then in between these scores. So in between the scores, I have a little bit there on the bottom, not too much. I just don't want the box to show once you close it up. So you can line it up with it, or you can have it just a little bit away from that edge. And then you want to make sure it's in there. So press it down. Oops, I need to straighten this side out. Yep, that's good. And then for your flap, you want to put adhesive on this and then glue it down close to the score so that it'll flap down that way. I'm going to put my adhesive here. Then I'll put some additional glue. And then it goes on this way, so you can take your score and kind of line it up with the top, or you can do it this way and put it under the bottom and then press it down so that you know the scores are lined up right, like that. And then kind of press it down. Okay, so that's basically it other than the matting. This will come down. I used Velcro dots, and then this will come over. So there's the box. I'm going to come back with the final or the finished box. So here's basically the box. You just mat it, do your closures with your adhesive or whatever you're going to do. You can even do like a belly band if you wanted to. Go in this way and slide off that way. I'm going to do Velcro dots, so I'm going to mat it and then I'll come back and show the finished box. So here's the completed project like I showed at the beginning of the video. It's the back. I did finish it off with this Kawaii Dream paper. I cut this out with a postage stamp die, and I shared all this at the beginning of the video, but if you did watch the video to the end, just another preview of what it looks like. So if you have any questions, please leave them down in your comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Again, all the measurements are in inches and I will have everything listed down in the description box. I will also link the other candy box that I created with the rooftop on it at the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and have a great day. Bye.